A 7-year-old girl dreads the sunset, as every night a sinister entity enters her room. What kind of dark force is haunting the child? And why have 3 members of her family already passed away? This is Psychic Investigations, a project of true and astounding stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate shocking paranormal phenomena and intricate criminal cases. 54-year-old Nataliia lives in a small town in the Kiev region. She hasn't been able to sleep peacefully for nearly a year, ever since a tragedy struck that she still can't recover from. Her 26-year-old daughter, Vita, died suddenly.
It was an awful tragedy.
Vita's daughter, Hanna, speaks of her mother every day, saying she's always nearby.
Mommy's a star. She sees and knows everything about me.
But the worst thing is that since her mother's death, Hanna has been plagued by horrifying visions nightly.
When I sleep, there's a scary shadow behind me. It's like a ghost. It strokes my shoulder and my head.
I'm deeply worried that this is death coming.
Soon after her mother's passing, little Hanna developed pneumonia. That's when Nataliia began to fear her granddaughter might follow the same path, as Vita's fatal illness had also begun with pneumonia. To prevent another tragedy, Nataliia contacted Olga Kalinova and Ilona Kaldre.
It feels like this girl has been buried alive. I can't breathe. There's dampness and darkness all around. It's very strange because I see that the girl is alive. I see a man near her, and his hands are covered in blood. Everything I'm sensing is somehow tied to the girl's family.
Last night I woke up to the smell of smoke, something acrid. I was choking, gasping for air. Honestly, it terrified me. It was a sign, connected to this girl.
Both psychics felt as though they were suffocating. What does it mean? Did they sense Vita's death? Or glimpse a terrifying future for Hanna?
Interesting. This rune has several meanings, but the most common is the symbol of infinity, though I'm not yet sure what it signifies here. Hello?
Hello? I'm so glad you're here.
Let's meet your granddaughter.
Please, come in.
What a beauty. Hello, Hanna. Hanna, do you dance?
Yes,
Because I sense you have something like sparkly skirts, something shiny, right?
yes. I do dance, gymnastics, and English.
Wow, amazing. Wow, she's so flexible. You're incredible. We need to talk to Grandma and you go play, okay?
Okay.
Your granddaughter is very gifted. She doesn't just dance beautifully, but she's good at creating images.
In all her drawings, she includes her mom and dad. There's a lot of her mom.
When the school counselor asked them to make a drawing, she drew her mom, dad, grandma, and herself as a tiny girl.
I smell flowers. I think they're orchids.
We have orchids. Vita loved them dearly.
Orchids are ritual flowers. They ward off evil spirits. Your daughter sensed danger, and even without realizing it, she was drawn to these flowers instinctively.
It's been nearly a year since Vita passed away. Now, Hanna lovingly tends to her mother's favorite flowers, just as Vita once did.
She waters them and gently wipes the leaves.
She's communicating with a spirit from the other side. There may be danger. It's as if she knows or senses something, but she can't explain it.
She told me, "Grandma, I was sleeping next to Daddy, and I felt someone stroking my hair. I turned her head but saw no one."
I looked into the moment of Hanna's birth. She was born into deep, profound love.
Your daughter's husband was her first and only love.
It was love at first sight. Vita met Olha through mutual friends. He was 18 and she was 16. That very evening, he offered to walk her home. And from that moment, they were inseparable. 2 years later, they married. Soon after the wedding, Vita became pregnant.
When I found out I was going to be a dad, I was bursting with joy.
After Vita's death, Oleg never left his daughter. The house has 2 entrances. One side is home to the grandmother, the other to the father and child.
I sense this room is tied to the tragedy. I feel uneasy here. I'm suffocating. I see you trying to do something. You're shouting.
She died right here on the floor.
Vita suffered from bronchial asthma, which worsened due to a fungal infection. Despite prolonged treatment, nothing helped. One day, she suddenly felt worse. The doctors arrived but couldn't save her. She died in her mother's arms.
This death was meant to happen. I sensed some kind of magical interference.
Like she foresaw it.
For a week before she died, she had the same dream of her replanting the flowers, and the soil was full of worms. She held it all in her hands and felt something was wrong.
The day before it happened, she came up behind me, hugged me and said, "Let's make a promise. If something happens to one of us, the other will make sure our daughter is happy."
I believe Hanna somehow witnessed her mother's death. She felt her mother struggling to breathe.
When the tragedy occurred, Hanna was at the neighbor's. Her father picked her up that evening. But what she said stunned Oleg.
I was thinking about how to tell her. I couldn't bring myself to say it. But she said it herself. "I know Mom died. She's gone. My mommy is in heaven. She's watching me from there."
Look, 2 crosses. I sensed that before Vita's death, Nataliia had already buried someone close. A young man. He died not far from his home. Let's go there.
This garage belongs to Nataliia, but what drew the clairvoyant's attention to it?
I see a young man lying on the ground, right here on the floor, and I hear a woman screaming. I think it's you. "Just live, please. Just live." He's about 20. Just beginning his life.
Yes.
There's a car connected to what happened here, but not this one. The car is different now. It was long ago, but the life of the young man remains here.
My son, he was 21.
How much sorrow this woman has endured. She lost not only her daughter, but her son as well. It happened 13 years ago.
In winter, December 10th.
And the family was celebrating something.
He was Andre, so we always celebrated St. Andrew's Day.
So it was both his birthday and his name day.
Yes, a coincidence.
Nataliia was preparing a festive dinner. Her son stepped outside, promising to return soon. But hours passed, and he didn't come back. Eventually, Nataliia went out to look for him.
I see you trying to open a door. You were knocking but couldn't do anything.
I started banging on the garage. I couldn't open it. The neighbors heard me and came out. They managed to break open the garage with a crowbar or something.
He's sitting behind the wheel.
Andre was found behind the wheel of a running car, dead. He had been poisoned by carbon monoxide. The garage was sealed shut. The engine had been running for hours in the enclosed space, and the gas concentration became lethal.
I believe your son sensed his death. He spoke of it.
He said, "Mom, I feel cursed." I asked, "What do you mean?" He said, "I just feel it." I asked, "Why do you feel that way?" He said, "I don't know, Mom, but I feel like something's been done to me." And then, within a week, it happened.
There's something linking the deaths of your children. Both seem to suffocate. I believe it was caused by magical interference.
This is mind-bending. This woman had 2 children, and both are gone now. Perhaps her son was right. Perhaps he was indeed cursed. Is Nataliia destined to lose Hanna too?
I feel drawn to your house.
I sense death. Another death in this house.
At that moment, I saw the image of a man. He's standing on a bridge as if he's about to jump.
My husband.
However unbearable it sounds, 15 years ago, in this very house, Natalia's husband died of cancer in her arms. He was her first and only love.
He jumped from the bridge, for you.
We first met here, by the riverbank, after Ivana Kupala, when all the youth gathered. I was walking home and he said, "Let me walk you." The next day, we agreed to go swimming. He jumped from the dam and said it was the first time he'd ever done that, to show he was brave.
Nataliia spent 33 happy years with her husband, Alexander.
He was a very loving husband, a very loving father.
I see your husband dying in your arms.
On this couch, before my eyes.
A few years after her son's death, Alexander was diagnosed with stomach cancer. The disease spread to his lungs and ultimately led to his passing.
It was snowing. He called out to you. He spoke to you, and I think he didn't get to say everything he wanted. Like he was trying to warn you.
Before he died, he wanted to tell me something, but he didn't have the strength. He whispered, but I couldn't understand.
He desperately tried to tell you to protect our daughter.
He always protected Vita. He loved her deeply.
I have a strong feeling he knew you'd end up raising Hanna. That something would happen to your daughter.
He spoke, but I couldn't make out the words. He just kissed me, and that was all.
I see a male spirit near your husband. They look very alike. I keep getting the letter H.
H is for Grigori, the father.
Your husband's father?
Yes.
I feel that all the deaths in your family, as well as your granddaughter's visions, are connected to the spirit I'm seeing. I'd like to contact him. If you don't mind, I'll perform a ritual.
I sense that what Hanna sees, what she's trying to describe, and what follows her, it's calling me upward, somewhere on the roof. Could we go where I'm being drawn?
He's here! Ilona! The spirit gave me a sign. His soul is restless. His hands are covered in blood. The man's spirit looks very much like Alexander. I asked, "Who are you?" and he began showing me images from his life. He tried to say something so badly that he even materialized, leaving a handprint on the glass. It was terrifying.
I was terrified. A handprint on the window. I'd never seen anything like it.
But who is this man? What is he trying to say? And how is all of this connected to the deaths in Natalia's family?
When I saw the man during the ritual, he was dressed like he was in pajamas, and dogs surrounded him.
Could it be war, captivity, or even a concentration camp?
I think he was a prisoner of war.
My husband's godfather,
I saw crosses and the letter H.
Grigori.
Grigori is the father, but was the godfather also called Grigori?
Alexander's godfather, also named Grigori, was a border guard. He was captured during the Second World War and sent to a German POW camp. The woman still remembers the horrific story her father told her as a child.
My father was physically strong, so they selected him for the burial brigade. Many people died there every night. His team would collect the bodies and take them to the cemetery.
I see men in the same clothes as him. They're urging him to do something. It seems they want to escape, but he refuses.
The war was nearing its end. Grigori spent 4 long years in captivity with his fellow soldiers.
His comrades escaped, but he stayed behind. I see dogs chasing the fleeing men.
They all left, but my father stayed, and they were all caught.
Now I see those men in a pit, looking into his eyes as he buries them, and screaming, "Don't do this!" But he does it anyway. It was an order. Either he buried them or died himself.
He was a grave digger. He always did that job. If he hadn't buried his friends, he would have been buried with them. They would have died either way. He had no choice.
There were 8 of them. They suffocated underground.
Infinity. Olga. I keep seeing the symbol of infinity. The cards showed it to me today in the form of the number 8. Now I understand why. 8 people. 8 lives. A member of your family, your husband's godfather, caused 8 deaths. And 8 deaths were destined for your family. 3 have already happened. 5 remain.
I knew my husband's godfather was a prisoner of war, but I never heard this story. But he had his own children, his own lineage. Why did this fall on my husband?
A godfather bears responsibility for his godchildren, and vice versa. He passes on his sins. When choosing godparents, one must be careful about what they'll pass to your children. What cross, burden, your children may have to carry and atone for.
Grigori carried a heavy burden. He heard the voices of the buried men in his dreams and saw their eyes. Your granddaughter Hanna sees his spirit.
The cards say something's blocked. There should be 8. I've found 3. But it's not continuing. Somewhere, 5 were in an enclosed space. There was fire. Someone saved them. I believe that someone was you.
I saved 5 people. I was a little girl. We'd all gone to bed and then smelled something, like fried cutlets. I thought to go ask Mom for one. I got up and saw that our kitchen was on fire. I started screaming. My parents jumped up and began extinguishing the flames. I rushed my sisters to the window and shouted, "Breathe! Breathe!"
You know, Olga, the night before I flew here, I couldn't sleep. Around 2 a.m., I woke up gasping for air. I thought something was burning. And now, as we're talking, I realize it was a sign.
3 of your loved ones were meant to die. But you redeemed 5 souls by saving 5 lives as a child.
That's the balance.
You have no idea what you've done for your granddaughter. You saved her.
She will live a long life. You need to know that. She is safe.
But if the girl is safe, why does she still see the spirit of her grandfather's godfather at night?
Spirits often appear to children because they haven't found peace. He's likely asking for a candle to be lit in his name.
Pray for his soul. He still feels the guilt. The handprint on the window, that was his plea. His soul longs for peace.
Thank you so much. Now I finally understand the reason behind my misfortunes, and I know we'll be fine.
A shocking investigation by the psychics. Dead children will come from the world of the dead to tell the truth about their mother. Victoria Marashko approached the psychics. Death is chasing the 30-year-old woman after she read a terrible comment from a woman she didn't know under her photo on the social media.
This is how you'll be dancing in hell. After I read it, I felt cold inside.
Soon afterward, Victoria had an awful car crash. It happened while Victoria's colleague was giving her a lift home from work.
A car appeared in front of us suddenly. It was hell. The police measured the distances we covered tumbling. It was 150 meters. I was thrown all over the car's interior until I fell out of it through the boot and fainted.
Victoria was found next to the car. She was pinned to the ground by a heavy wheel that fell off the car during the accident.
The doctors said they were surprised that I survived after such a crash.
After that, Victoria tried to find out who the woman from the social media who wished her to go to hell was. And it turned out to be Victoria's boyfriend's mother-in-law. Victoria's couldn't even imagine that the man she was dating was married. Later that evening, Victoria received a text message with a threat from an unknown number. It read, "You'll regret dating him." And the next day, an awful thing happened. All of a sudden, Victoria began suffocating and she felt she was fainting.
My body went numb and I felt dizzy. It felt I was blacking out.
Victoria was home. She started calling out to her sister, 17-year-old Diana, for help, but all in vain. With all the strength she had left, Victoria crawled to another room and found her younger sister lying on the floor, convulsing. Victoria barely got her phone and called an ambulance. Both sisters were delivered to the emergency care. The doctors hardly saved them.
I came to at the hospital. I was lying on a wheel stretcher, and my sister was standing next to me.
It turned out there was a gas leak in the lobby between the sisters and their neighbor's apartment. But the weird thing is that only Victoria and Diana suffered. Their neighbors, who were also home, didn't feel anything.
I'm very, very scared. I'm begging the psychics to come and help me.
Yana Pasinkova and Kayal Alekperov, two of the most powerful participants of the project, answered Victoria's call for help.
My jinns say that I'll need a children's umbrella.
What for?
I tuned into Victoria yesterday night, and then I had a dream of a little boy and girl in a house. They were dead.
Oh, God.
The boy had the same umbrella in his hands. The room erupted in flames when he opened it, and I heard the words the kids said before they burned, "Alina will die soon."
But who is Alina, and who are the children, and what relation does it have to Victoria?
We will stop the deaths when two women tell us the truth about the dead children. Hello.
Hello. I was looking forward to seeing you. Help me, please.
It feels like you're on the list of the cursed.
Could it be my boyfriend's mother-in-law? She texted me curses.
Her threats are empty. They bear no magic.
Yana, but I feel that somebody did put a death curse Victoria.
Who could it be then?
You suffered from your mother. The curse is connected to her. Your mother didn't need you. She didn't need you or her other 2 children.
I have a brother and a sister, Olha and Diana.
Is it your sister?
Yes, I think of her as my mother because she's really like a mother to me.
Victoria raised her brother and sister since they were born. Their father left their family long ago, and their mother was never at home.
She could be away for 3 or 4 days. She simply wouldn't let me go to school, claiming I needed to babysit.
Victoria is the only person who took care of you.
She would stay hungry herself, only to spare food for us.
When Victoria was 27, her mother was thrown in prison for murdering her partner. She took custody of her 15-year-old brother and sister, who's a year younger than him, so they wouldn't go to an orphanage. And then she took them to live with her. Thanks to her, today they both live and study in the capital city.
At that moment, I saw a picture from Victoria's past. I see you being raped.
I was 15 at the time. My mother took me somewhere with her and left me in a house with 2 men.
My God, but you were a child. This is insane.
What a horrible thing. The mother let her daughter, who was in school at the time, be raped.
You couldn't do anything.
I eventually escaped. I was barefoot and ran for about 3 kilometers without stopping. And when I came back home, my mother was smiling as if nothing had happened.
She was paid for what she did, for giving you to her friends.
But my book told me it wasn't her mother, no matter what an awful mother she was, who cursed her. And again, I saw the boy and the girl with the umbrella. You know, I had a dream of 2 children hiding under an umbrella. Do you possibly know what it could mean?
I had a dream. There was a gray house with a large window. It caught fire. And I tried to save them from there.
The little boy and girl?
Yes. I can't believe it's possible. I had the dream about a month before meeting the psychics. How come Kayal had it too?
The boy and the girl died. They're related. They're a brother and a sister. They died in fire.
The boy is fair-haired, and he's wearing a striped sweater. And the girl is dark-haired, dressed in something orange. My book says they burned in their house.
The children's spirits are haunting you.
Why are they doing it?
We must find out who these children are and why they chose you.
What if we check the information online?
There are many articles about the fire online, but only one piece mentioned a boy and his sister.
A brother and a sister died in a fire.
I saw these children.
They're haunting you, and you tried to save them in your dream.
I simply can't wrap my head about this fact.
To find out why the dead children kept haunting the woman, we needed to see the place where they died or were buried.
The following day, the psychics and Victoria are in the village where the tragedy occurred. Victoria has never been here before.
This is the house.
Victoria, is it the house you saw?
Yes.
Victoria couldn't imagine she would ever see the house from her dreams and recognize the large window through which she saved the boy and the girl in her dream.
This is the window. Why? I helped them. I helped them.
Victoria, you had no chance to save them. They started haunting you after their death. I see them. They are sitting on a couch, crying. These children went through a real nightmare.
They're terrified. They're holding to each other and they have nowhere to run.
I hear them say, "Mom! Mom!"
Are they talking to me?
I asked them, "Do you need Victoria?" And they said, "Yes, we need her." I couldn't understand why the children's spirits called Victoria their mother. I had a feeling that another woman had given them birth, and we had to find her.
A weeping woman, the dead children's grandmother, approaches the psychics.
I can't even imagine how you lived through it.
The boy's name was Sviatoslav. He was 6 years old, and his sister, Stasia, was 8. After the tragedy, their parents moved to the neighboring village, where they were given a new house. The grandmother still lives not far from here. When they learned that the psychics arrived in the village, the children's parents, Vera and Hrihori, also came.
Hello, Nataliia.
Alina.
This is our daughter and sister of Sviatoslav and Stasia.
And then I recalled my dream. I heard the words of the children who burned. Alina will die soon.
Does this mean the children meant their elder sister? Did they predict her death? But why? And what does Victoria have to do with it?
There was a strange connection between Alina and Victoria. They had similar energy, as if they were sisters despite their not related.
This woman sees your dead children.
I covered them and took them out of the house.
Vera, do you know Victoria?
We've never met before. I was shocked to hear she'd seen Sviatoslav and Stasia in her dream. She's a stranger, but she saw my children.
I see that you escaped from the burning house, but the two children stayed inside.
I did not have time to. I tried to take them out.
It was a regular fall day. Alina was making dinner. The children were playing next to her. Apart from Sviatoslav and Stasia, there was also her 5-year-old daughter Sonia. Nataliia was talking on the phone in the next room.
The blaze erupted within a matter of seconds.
We were told it could be caused by the ember that fell out of the stove. The space around the stove caught fire instantly. Thank God Nataliia was quick enough to climb out of the window.
However, Alina, her daughter Sonia, and her little brother and sister didn't have time to reach the window.
The fire blocked the way. We couldn't leave through the door. I smashed the other window and threw Sonia out of it. When she fell, she didn't make any noise. I thought she'd hit badly and climbed out to check her.
You saved your daughter. It was a maternal instinct. I understand you well.
But when I tried to climb back in, it was too late. They were sitting on the couch in the corner, holding to each other. I remember their faces and how they screamed.
The fire was so powerful that it forced her back. It even burned her face.
I was 13 kilometers away when I had the call. I heard shouting in the phone, "Hrihori, your house in burning."
And you were somewhere nearby.
I was working in the shed. When I got out, I saw the kitchen burning. I ran to the door, but I couldn't open it.
The neighbors hardly held the mother back when she tried to climb through the window inside the burning house, where her children were.
I can't imagine how she lived through it all and what she feels now.
I sometimes take my phone and zoom in the photos to touch their noses and ears.
Burying your children is the worst thing of all. There's nothing harder.
I couldn't understand what could connect us, and I didn't know why I wanted more and more information about them.
My book says you both share the same curse.
I'd never seen her and we'd never communicated before, but I had the feeling that I knew her well, like I was looking in the mirror.
Hold on a second. I'll be right back. In my dream, the dead children were holding an umbrella. so I thought the family could possibly know what it meant.
Vera, what's wrong?
The umbrella?
I bought the same umbrella for Sviatoslav. We entered the store, and he saw it and started asking me to buy it, claiming it would protect him from everything.
I see a lake with beautiful white birds.
The pond. They like to come here. You could often see swans here.
Your children's spirits are standing next to the pond. The swans approach them. They're telling me a downpour. They also showed it in your daughter's dream.
Yes. Sonia has seen them recently. They told her it was raining, and they needed an umbrella.
Look, the fire was too strong. Only a downpour could put it out. This is why the children are in the rain in your dream. You had no chance of saving them even if you'd returned to the burning house. They want you to stop blaming yourself.
I must die. I don't deserve to live. These are your words.
I didn't want to live. I know I had to save them. But I could do nothing.
You cursed yourself. This is the strongest curse. You both are in the same situation.
You also cursed yourself. My book says that your child died and you blame yourself for it.
Yes.
I feel the child was conceived as a result of violence.
Wait, did you get pregnant when you were raped?
Yes, I had a son.
This is beyond shocking. After her mother gave her to two men to rape, the 15-year-old girl got pregnant. Victoria says she decided to give birth anyway, as it wasn't the baby's fault.
What happened to your son?
He died when he was 2 months old. I blame myself for leaving him home with my mother. I was 16 when my son Valerie died.
Victoria left her 2-month-old baby son with her mother for a few hours and went to the hospital in the town.
My mother told me she was feeding him from the bottle, and he began choking. She ran to our neighbors to call an ambulance, but by the time the doctors arrived, he had no pulse. She said, "Victoria, I'm sorry. I failed." And that was it.
The young mother loved her son a lot and dreamed to give him everything she hadn't received from her mother. After the boy died, she lost the meaning of her life.
I kept his photos under my pillow for a long time afterward.
It's not your fault he died. Your mother is to blame.
If I hadn't left, he'd be still alive.
The two women brought death upon themselves with their self-curses. Each of them blamed herself for being unable to save the children's lives.
But what do Stasia and Sviatoslav have to do with it all? Why does Victoria keep seeing them in her dreams?
I hear your children's voices. They're bound to Victoria because they claim she must be their mother.
How is it possible?
Reincarnation. Your children are supposed to be born to Victoria.
I want to have children badly.
A boy and a girl.
I keep praying God to be a mother.
They will come to this world through this woman.
This is why you keep seeing them in your dreams, Victoria. But your children can't reincarnate because you're holding them back with your guilt. And you won't let them come into the world with your self-curse.
I'd love you to help if you can.
Help us, please.
I wrote the names of Victoria's son and Alina's deceased brother and sister. The families had to release them.
Valerie, I love you so much. And I always feel your presence. I forgive my mother and myself.
I love you very, very much, and I let you go.
My dear babies, I let you go. I love you.
Bring me the umbrella, please. As water serves as a conduit between the realms of the living and the dead, I dipped the umbrella into the pond which the children loved. They will come back. Victoria, you will have children later.
I'm a lot better now.
The love for life returned.
We promise each other to go on living.
Yes.
This is incredible. The awful tragedy, the loss of children, created a mystical bond between two perfect strangers. The fatal number 8 is taking away a young girl's loved ones. Why are people dying on the same date over and over again? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover a story of deadly love. Coming back home to the capital of Ukraine, Kyiv, after another investigation with the crew, psychic Yaroslava Fedorova suddenly asked us to stop the van at the nearest cemetery.
I need to finish a ritual.
We stopped not far from a small village.
The sun set, and suddenly, among the graves, I saw a young girl. She was crying and talking to someone. She's talking to someone dead. After sunset, it's generally inadvisable for an ordinary person to be in a cemetery because with the onset of darkness, the spirits of the cemetery become active and anything could happen to the girl. Hello.
Hello.
Do you know who I am?
Yaroslava.
The girl was so upset that she wasn't even surprised when she suddenly saw the famous psychic in front of her.
What's your name?
My name's Olena.
Olena, tell me, do you see the man standing in front of you? And who is he to you?
Dad.
What does he want from you?
He wants me to follow him.
It turns out that the deceased father often appears to his daughter in her dreams. In them, he reaches out to her, as if calling her after him.
What's his name?
Tolik.
Well, this is something strange. I'll have to look into it later. For some reason, the cards kept showing me that the girl's father wasn't her biological father, but she still called him Dad. I didn't say anything because, well, maybe she didn't know. I see him in a noose.
Yes, he hanged himself.
Last summer, a terrible tragedy befell the family of the 18-year-old Olena. The head of the family took his own life in the yard of the family home.
Why do you want to take your daughter with you? Wait. Everything here is on fire. Please help me take this off.
It's red.
It's burning. It's a snake. It's coiled in the shape of an 8. The pendant is so hot, it feels like scorching metal. It burned me. But why?
There was an 8-shaped burn.
I was sure that the spirit of Olena's father was trying to attack me, but then I realized he was just trying to give me a sign. What does the number 8 mean to you?
He died on the 8th. The 8th day of the 8th month.
No.
But wait, everything was fine. He was a happy man. Nothing foreshadowed this. What a strange death. It seems something pushed him into the noose.
Later, we learned that nobody still has a clue why Olena's father decided to commit suicide.
I couldn't believe until the very end that something like this could happen. He would have never done it.
I simply have no explanation for it.
When the tragedy occurred, Olena and her mother were working in Poland. The husband and wife took turns working abroad because they had a large farm at home that required constant care. Tolik phoned his family abroad every day.
He would always say everything was fine.
He said he loved me and Mom very much, that he missed us and wanted us to come back soon.
As soon as Olena and her mother learned about the tragedy, they immediately returned home. They asked the neighbors what had happened while they were away, but no one noticed any changes in the man's behavior. Shortly before his death, he was in a good mood, as always.
The neighbors dropped by on their way from the fields. They talked, and they say he was in a good mood and cheerful.
We talked and exchanged jokes. Everything was just fine.
Apart from Olena, the family has 2 adult sons who are married and live separately, but they were in daily contact with their father.
I talked to him on the phone just an hour before it happened. Everything was normal. We joked and laughed as usual.
He never quarreled or conflicted with anyone.
I can't believe he's gone now and will never embrace me.
The cards indicated that Olena's father came to her in dreams not to take her away, but to tell her something. However, some force wouldn't let him speak. Wait, he's leading me somewhere. Quiet. This is also your father.
He was my godfather.
An overturned chariot. Did he die in a car crash?
On the same date, August 8th.
How many years earlier?
17 years.
Wait. Hold on. Just a second. You were christened by several people.
Yes, I had one more godfather.
Did he also die in that accident?
Yes.
Wait. Did all of your 3 fathers die on August 8th?
Yes.
This couldn't be a coincidence. The deaths are somehow connected.
My knees are trembling. I can't stand.
Sit down. Okay, don't be afraid. They are all victims. Someone took them away.
Who did it?
Wait. A young man stands holding some letters in envelopes. The letters start to burn. But he feels no pain. He's dead.
Who is this man?
I don't know, but he's the one taking people from your family. The cards said that the spirit of the young man with the letters was somehow connected to Olena's family. He was outraged and aggressive. And the cards also showed that 2 people closely related to Olena were in danger. 2 young men. Close people.
My elder brothers. I got terrified I could lose them.
One of them also had some problems, like accidents, didn't he? And more than once.
Yes.
Olena's 26-year-old brother Sasha has indeed been in 4 accidents, none of which were his fault. And a few months ago, he almost died. He was driving his car when another vehicle suddenly appeared around a bend at high speed.
I turned the steering wheel to the left and barely avoided a head-on collision. I just flew off the road.
The man says that if he hadn't reacted in time, his 2-year-old daughter might have orphaned.
I sense that the spirit with the burning letters is targeting specifically the men in this family. I'd like to ask for the help from your father's spirit. He's bound to the place of his death. We need to go to the spot where it happened.
Let's go.
It's already late today. Guys, could we stay at a hotel nearby and come back to Olena's tomorrow?
Of course.
The crew spent the night at a local hotel. And the next morning, the clairvoyant was ready for the investigation. She asked for help from her colleague, gypsy clairvoyant Rubina Cybulska, who had just finished an investigation not far from the village. 20 minutes later, Yaroslava Fedorova is already at Olena's.
Hello.
Thank you so much for agreeing to come and help us.
Hello.
Hello?
This is my grandmother, Katerina, and this is my mom, Larisa.
I beg you, please help my children and all our family. I don't want the next grave to be one of my children's.
Could you please hold a card? Thank you. What's going on? Okay. The hanged man. Do you feel him here?
Yes, sometimes. Yes. When I go out from the veranda into the corridor, I always see something hanging there. Like someone's hanged there. I look around and there's no one around.
But it's not your husband. It's someone else. I didn't understand who was the hanged man that Larisa could see. That's why I decided to ask for help from the spirit of her deceased husband. But to do that, I needed to tune in at the place of his death. Here, did you find him first?
I searched for him everywhere. And I dialed him and heard the ringtone. I followed the sound and that's where I found him. His phone was in his pocket. When I found him, he was already bluish. I felt like someone poured a bucket of boiling water on me. I ran to the neighbor screaming, "Tolik hanged himself!"
He says he would have never done this to himself. He was petrified. He felt something was following him. Calm down. Everything will be all right.
I feel better.
Meanwhile, Rubina Cybulska is working on her way to the village.
I had a vision of a woman in a white dress standing in front of a tree. She held ropes in her hands, and she was throwing onto the tree branches. Those were nooses. The whole tree was an empty nooses. Yaroslava told me about a man who hanged himself there. Could this be related?
Yaroslava Fedorova, at the same time, continues her work at the site of Larisa's husband's death.
He says, "It's very hard for me. I'm trying to protect you. But the force that brought me here won't let me." He says, "A man took me. That man is dead. I don't know who he is."
And my sister said that when he appeared to her in a dream, he said someone helped him. She asked him who did it, but he disappeared.
At that moment, I had a feeling that there was a secret related to the number 8 in the family, but I couldn't imagine that it was revenge because of love. I'm offended by my daughter. Why didn't she come to say goodbye to me? She's so far away. Wait, but you're his daughter.
She was his stepdaughter. His biological daughter is in Egypt.
Now I understand. Yesterday, while I was working with Olena at the cemetery, the cards told me she wasn't the man's biological daughter. I'll figure this out later. I thought you gave birth to her from another man, but Olena didn't know that. So he was your stepfather?
Yes, but I called him Dad.
It turns out that Tolek was Larissa's second husband. His daughter from his first wife is married and lives with her family in Egypt. She recently gave birth, so she couldn't attend her father's funeral.
At some point, the spirit of Larissa's husband pointed towards the house. I turned around and saw a shadow flicker. It's someone from the world of the dead. Wait, an overturned chariot and a severed head. Who are we dealing with here?
My first husband.
He's showing me gestures, driving, and then a half of his head gone. What does this mean?
His head was completely crushed. There was nothing left.
How did it happen?
The van had a crash.
Petro, Larissa's first husband and the father of her children, worked as a combine operator. He was coming back home from the field in a van when he had a horrific crash.
A tractor with a plow was passing by, and it hit him. He was sitting in the back and so was badly cut.
The roof was sheared off and his head got chopped.
The tractor, which was running without position lights, had a plow sticking out to the side. It was occupying the entire oncoming lane. The collision was unavoidable. Larissa's father, who worked at the same farm as his son-in-law, brought her the news of Petro's gruesome death.
He said, "Larissa, our Petro is gone." I said, "What do you mean?" I remember falling into the chair. I don't remember what happened next.
Do you have Petro's photo?
I do.
The clairvoyant typically uses sacrificial wine and sugar to establish a connection with a spirit.
As soon as I started summoning the spirit of Larissa's first husband, I felt someone walk behind me. And then, they grabbed me by the hand.
He opened the door.
My girl. I love you so much. It was so hard for you. You stayed alone. And at that moment, the card showed me another 8. Wait, he died on the 8th too?
Yes. The accident happened on August 8th. The same date, the same month. Both my first and second husbands died then. I just can't believe it. There's some dark force at play here.
Who else was with him? Your 2 godfathers? Were they together?
Yes.
So this is what I actually saw at the cemetery yesterday. 3 of your fathers died on August 8th.
Why specifically on this day? Why the 8th?
Wait. I need to shuffle the cards. The bride. Did anything strange or unpleasant happen at your wedding? Nope.
No, nothing.
I didn't understand what that clue meant. In the vision at the cemetery, I saw a guy holding burning letters. And the spirit of Larissa's second husband, who hanged himself, also mentioned a man. Then why the bride?
Strangely, Rubina Cybulska also mentioned a woman in a white dress. Could that be the bride?
People are already there. I think this must be here. Pull over, please. I see a man in a noose.
We were certain that what Rubina Cybulska saw was connected to Larissa's family. But unexpectedly, Rubina went to a neighboring house.
Hello?
Hello.
What is your name?
Ksenia.
Ksenia, I'm Rubina. Ksenia, did Yaroslava call me to see you?
No, not at all.
But you know, I saw a hanged man. Who is he to you?
My husband. He hanged himself 8 years ago.
It turns out that this woman's husband also took his own life without any apparent reason. Just like Larissa's husband, he hanged himself in a shed on his property.
He's right next to you. Can you feel him, his presence?
Yes, all the time, every day, I feel him.
Let me hold your hand. Your other hand.
No.
But I sense that before this man, the hanged one, you had another husband who also passed away.
He did.
According to my senses, Ksenia's both husbands didn't die by mere chance. Some sort of terrifying supernatural force took them to the other world.
This is horrifying. Is some evil entity taking the men in the families of these next-door neighbors? Is it the same force or two different ones?
Rubina, where are you? Hello.
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 This is Larissa. This is Aunt Katerina. And this is Olena. I met her yesterday at the cemetery. This is the woman who lost 2 husbands.
So did this woman. Her name's Ksenia.
Nice to meet you.
Her first husband passed away and her second husband hanged himself. Can you imagine?
I was shocked. Both women were in similar circumstances.
At that moment, I paid attention to the locals who came to support Larissa, and I was horrified. Virtually each one of them had a silhouette of a hanged man standing behind them. Something very strange is going on here. How many hanged men do we have in total?
Young and old did it. I lost my father.
Hanged himself?
Yes, he did it in the woods early in the morning.
My uncle hanged himself too. It was on the day of the 40 Saints when he did it.
My neighbor hanged himself.
My God, it's so terrible.
Help us, we beg you.
So many hanged men in a single village, all of them men, and not old, under 45. They should have lived long lives. What force is driving them to the slipknot?
The shocking investigation continues. The fatal number 8 keeps taking away the girls' loved ones one by one. Why are they dying on the same date? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the story of deadly love. On her way back from an investigation, Ukrainian clairvoyant Yaroslava Fedorova stopped by a cemetery after sunset to complete a ritual. There, she met a girl crying at her father's grave. The man had committed suicide in his own yard.
He died on August 8th, the 8th day of the 8th month.
He was a happy man. Nothing foreshadowed this. What a strange death.
When the tragedy occurred, 18-years-old Olena and her mother were working in Poland. But Tolik called his family abroad every day.
He said he loved me and Mom very much, that he missed us and wanted us to come back soon.
The neighbors dropped by on their way from the fields. They talked, and they say he was in a good mood and cheerful.
We talked and exchanged jokes. Everything was just fine.
Something pushed him into the noose. It was an act of some otherworldly force. Wait, he's leading me somewhere. Quiet. This is also your father.
My godfather.
An overturned chariot. Did he die in a car crash?
On August 8th, too.
You were christened by several people.
Yes, I had one more godfather.
Did all of your 3 fathers die on August 8th?
Yes.
This couldn't be a coincidence. The deaths are somehow connected.
Yaroslava Fedorova asked her colleague, Rubina Cybulska, to help her in the investigation. While the gypsy clairvoyant was still on her way to the scene of the tragedy, it turned out that Olena's mother had lost another husband, who was the girl's biological father.
The accident was on August 8th. The same date, the same month.
The bride. Who is this bride?
This woman, her name is Ksenia. Her first husband passed away, and her second husband hanged himself. Can you imagine?
I was shocked. Both women were in similar circumstances. I thought only they had this problem.
But it turned out that there are over a dozen male suicides in the village.
My uncle hanged himself too. It was on the day of the 40 Saints when he did it in the yard.
My neighbor hanged himself.
We need to see who's taking them all.
I'd like to work with my mirror. A woman in a white dress. She comes up to a tree, and she throws the ropes onto the tree branches. I see that those are nooses. The whole tree was in empty nooses. I see her. She's walking down the street.
Somewhere here?
Look, she's approaching a house. I see something like a green fence or gate. Let's go there.
Let's go.
That way?
This one, no?
No. This one. The fence. Wait. She stands by the well and she falls into the well, but she didn't drown.
Yes, she jumped into the well.
My grandma, Dad's mother.
This woman's name is Nataliia. It turns she's the granddaughter of the woman whom Rubina Tsibulska saw in her mirror. The visions brought the clairvoyant to the house where Natalia's grandmother lived.
She tried to drown in the well, but people saved her.
I see her in a noose. She hanged herself here on this plot, right?
Yes.
When was it?
About 20 years ago.
Who lives here now?
Nobody lives here at the moment.
After her, a young man bought the house, and he also hanged himself.
Can you believe it?
So it appears that she's taking men.
But why? How? And what was her name?
Olha.
Listen, for some reason I'm getting the love card. I thought, maybe it was the bride the spirit of Larissa's first husband pointed to. Rubina also had a vision of a woman in a white dress. Could it be the same woman? The reversed man with swords. So he cuts her off from himself. Did her fiancé leave her?
What is this?
Her husband, our grandpa, died.
No, it was someone else.
Yvonne lived here on this street. She took him in, after Grandpa. Yes, they lived here.
How long did they live together?
A year.
It seems like he came out of self-interest, because it was convenient for him. When it became inconvenient and he left on his own, he rejected her.
And I feel that she had a very strong love for this man.
She was very upset when he left her.
This woman was abandoned by the man she loved. But instead of trying to build a new relationship, she chose the noose. And after death, her spirit has been taking men in this village. This is her revenge for rejected love. I sense that she was the first to set this noose. The men started hanging themselves after she hanged herself here. Do you understand?
So all those men are gone because of her?
Wait a second. When I came to Larissa, I saw that her husbands were taken by the spirit of a man. You see? So it turns out that the men in Larissa's family, look, they all die on the 8th of August. But did any of the other men who hang themselves also do it on the 8th of August?
No.
No connection.
Larissa's husbands were taken by some other force, and it's bound specifically to her family.
But before we continued, we needed to block the way for the hanged woman's spirit. Otherwise, she will keep taking men in this village until she kills them all. Olha, go away. Close it.
Where is the nearest crossroad? Over there, right? Take it to the cemetery.
I went immediately. I hope this horror ends.
The spirit of the woman had nothing to do with the family that Yaroslava asked me to help. We had to return to Larissa's house because that's where the spirit with the burning letters manifested itself.
At that time, I couldn't even imagine how it would all end, that the bride, whom the spirit of Larissa's first husband pointed to, was following us all that time.
Let's go.
The dead man frequents here.
My mirror is showing me a child. A girl. Katerina.
Yes.
My mirror is showing me you.
Yes.
And there is a man standing behind you. The man is furious at you.
What man?
Can I have your hand?
Sure.
Wait. Who wants to kill you? When I started working with Katerina, an image came to me. A man holding something shiny. You know, like he's making sunspots. There's a little girl in front of him. I thought it was a mirror. It's not a mirror, it's a knife. In the man's hand from my dream, there was a shining knife. And then I saw him swinging it at the little girl. And I realized who the girl was. The child he tries to kill is you. You were the little girl. Who tried to kill you?
Well, I had a father, and he said, "Where's my knife? I'll kill you." But I was very young then.
How could he do it to his own child? But why? Why did he do that?
He didn't love me.
The cruel story from Katerina's childhood shocked us deeply. After the wedding, her parents moved into his house. They had a daughter, but soon the man turned vicious and, without any explanation, kicked his wife and daughter out the door.
I was still a toddler, and he kicked her out with me in her arms. It was midwinter. Mom's parents took us in, and so I lived with my grandparents and mother.
Little Katerina did not understand why they no longer lived with her father, and was thrilled when she saw him on the street near her grandmother's house.
I went up to him asking for a treat, but he said, "Come here, I'll stab you."
My God, this is horrific.
I never approached him anymore. I feared him.
He's not among the living now.
No.
I thought maybe it was Katerina's father who was taking the men in her family. He hated his daughter in life, so he could have kept harming her even after death.
He refused to believe you were his daughter.
Yes.
I see that you and him look alike.
I look just like him.
What was his name?
Ivan.
He had another family.
After he kicked us out, he married another woman.
And he pretended you didn't exist at all.
The father hated his daughter so much that he even forbade his children from his second marriage to communicate with her.
I decided to look at Katerina's father through my mirror. In the reflection, I saw a gray-haired old man. But the men in this family were being taken by the spirit of a young man. Katarina's father is not responsible for these deaths. My mirror shows me that he received his punishment in life. He witnessed the death of his children. I see his son in flames. Did he die in fire?
Yes.
But that's a half-brother, right? But there's another. Was he hit by a car?
Hrisha.
The third one also died. A heart attack.
Yes, but they never even spoke to me.
3 of Ivan's sons from his second marriage died unnaturally at a young age.
Childhood resentment doesn't just disappear. Katarina always held fear and anger towards him.
I feared him. You could say I rejected him.
After your father threatened to stab you, you said, "I hate you."
Yes.
It was a curse.
In little Katarina's soul, there was such pain and resentment towards her father that she shouted these words at him in a fit of rage, and they affected him like a curse. People close to Ivan started dying, those of his children whom he acknowledged and loved. But the father's love, because of the curse, became deadly for them. And later he was gone.
He passed away in pain, suffering a lot.
I see him. His leg is being cut off.
He got sick, and his legs were amputated, but I don't remember if it were one leg or both. It's been a long time.
Katarina says her father developed gangrene. His legs were amputated, but it was too late. He died soon after.
But if Katarina's father had nothing to do with the deaths of the men in her family, then who is the spirit with the burning letters in his hands? And at that moment, we saw a shadow flicker outside the window. I see him. A dead young man. Look, a man in a military uniform, a soldier.
He's holding some letters in his hands. Just like in my vision. The man is holding some letters. These letters start burning. The letters... Wait, I only see a burnt scrap. There's a letter V, and the name Katarina. So Katarina is you.
A soldier. Did you receive letters from a soldier?
I did.
Here we are finally.
Who did you correspond with?
Well, there was a fellow. We corresponded. I never even saw him face to face. He asked for a photo, and I had his photo.
The number 8 again. Look. So this is somehow connected to him, and what's going on here now? What was his name? Starting with V?
Vadim. Or Vitali. Or Vlad. I don't remember.
But tell me, where did you get his address?
A boy from our village served with him. I don't even remember where they served. He just gave him my address, and he wrote me a letter.
But back then, people could only send letters. There wasn't internet back then, so people wrote each other letters.
My grandmother used to write 200 letters. 200 letters almost every month.
Of course.
During Katarina's youth, for 18-year-old boys serving in the army, the most precious gift was a letter from home. Those lucky enough to receive letters from girls were envied. Soldiers who didn't have sweethearts found addresses of strangers, but sometimes such correspondence turned into true love.
He was attracted to you a lot. Do you understand that?
I don't know. I had no affection for him at all.
During this period, another boy, Mikola, fell in love with Katarina. He later became her husband.
I met him, and 4 months later we got married. And when I got married, the correspondence stopped.
Did you tell him you were going to marry another man?
No.
This is the card of the bride card. Here is the bride, you see? He saw you as his bride.
Did he attend your wedding?
People told me they saw him, but I didn't see him. He was there for only some time and left.
Only the following day did Katerina find out that the boy she had been corresponding with came to propose to her. But her relatives told him that in a few hours, she was marrying someone else.
Fury. You offended him badly.
You married another man.
The love. He thought you loved him, and you shattered all his hopes.
Grandma said it wasn't just friendship for him. He loved her.
Why did he show me the burned letters? Why?
Because I burned his letters. Why would I keep them when I married someone else?
It was the last thread that bound you.
And you cut it.
Do you understand, Larissa? You didn't know about this.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
I don't even know where he is.
He was out of his mind from grief. And he hanged himself. And I drew the card of the hanged man at the beginning of the investigation. The hanged man. You feel him here.
It often seems to me that there's someone hanging there.
The spirit of the young man is haunting his would-be bride to avenge her.
At that moment, I saw an elderly woman in my mirror. She was crying, shouting something over the grave of the young man. And I understood. His mother cursed Katerina for her son's suffering and death. That's why his spirit was bound to the family.
Why would he seek revenge against me?
The most terrifying suffering for a mother is to see her child in pain. Like you watch and see your child suffer.
Yes.
People connected to her family die. He dies because of her family. Do you understand?
I'm so shocked. The children are suffering because of their parents' sins.
But I still don't get it. Why August 8th?
What is the connection here?
On that day, he hanged himself. And on that same day, his mother cursed you.
Careful, careful, careful.
My head started spinning. I felt like I was losing consciousness.
Quiet, quiet, quiet.
I beg you, please help me.
Let us set up protection for your family and your home.
Thank you.
I was to outline the house with a knife, cutting off the path for the young man's spirit, and Rubina was supposed to set up protection for the family.
The road is blocked for him. Let's now make a talisman for your home and your family. We need a head of garlic. Do you have one?
Sure.
These are my enchanted needles. They will stand guard. Talisman, protect Larissa. Protect and guard her entire family and her entire lineage. Hang this above the door.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for saving us, for doing good for us.
Thank you so much.